What's poppin' world? It's your boy Holiday Zay with Zaygen Photography, and today's video is simply going to be over my most recent shoot, which was my very first outdoor flash photography session. With that session, I want to give you guys some tips, some errors that I've made, and share those things with you. That way that you could potentially avoid those same errors and mistakes in your upcoming or soon to be outdoor photo shoot. Towards the end of the video, I will give you a few edited shots that I captured from that shoot, and I will link the video down below of that shoot so you can go back and actually watch and see exactly what I'm talking about. Overall, I hope this video will be informative to you guys and possibly motivate an up-and-coming photographer who is shooting outdoor flash photography as well. So with that, let's get to it. So with the first thing, I have to speak on my behind the scenes camera. With that, going back and watching it, I felt as if I was in the way of my subject way too many times. I need to improve on having better placement with my camera and the angle. I had it more so down under rather than having it leveled. You know, when I go back and watch it, I did not like that at all. And some will say, well, at least you got it, you know, cool. But when you love it, you take it serious, you want to try to critique yourself and learn how to get better overall, which there's nothing wrong with that. So again, these things are to help you to avoid these things in the future, to be more mindful of placement and things like that, so on and so forth. Also, along with that, I realized I had my CP, which was my color polarizing filter lens on my camera, which in this case, I should have had an ND filter, which are sunglasses for cameras because of the harsh sun conditions. It was entirely too much sun. Now I did have an ND filter on my actual camera lens, but not on the behind the scene camera. And I feel like I could have got better quality if I would have had an ND filter on that, which I didn't. So just something to be mindful of when you decide to shoot behind the scenes footage at your next shoot. The next thing is giving better explanations and having more confidence during my shoots. I felt like the explanations that I was giving, you know, I did what I could, but I don't feel that it was clear and that it was clean. You know, it wasn't what it could have been. And I personally have a problem with that. The confidence, I felt as if I lacked that simply because this was my very first time doing behind the scenes footage and doing outdoor flash photography. Now, granted, it was my twin and I should have, you know, been able to be all confident in everything. But the truth of the matter is, for me, I get nervous before every single shoot, and that's just me. So I need to work on that, just, you know, embrace who I am, embrace what I do, and just step into it because this is my thing. And I lack that, and I need to do better. So that's something to be mindful of. It's normal to be nervous, but you have to own who you are and what you love to do. And once you do that, and once I do that, I feel that we both will be able to conquer that lack of confidence and step into what we own, and we can dominate. The next thing is, this annoyed me, is it took me way too long, I feel, to find the correct flash power. Going back and looking at the footage, it was too long. Some would say, oh my gosh, it's taking me longer. But again, this is just me critiquing myself. I need to do better or find a new or better technique with finding the correct flash power more quickly. I started from the lowest flash power to the highest, And one thing now that I think about it, I think because of the harsh sunny conditions, I need to consider starting from the most powerful flash power to the lowest, or starting in the middle at something. Because like I said, I feel like it took me way too long to find the correct flash power. So I need to know if I'm going to work within sunny conditions, I need to start with a more powerful flash power. And then if I have more of cloudy conditions, or early in the morning or later in the evening as the sun is going down, it won't have to be as powerful. So these are just things that I need to be mindful of, things that you should be mindful of. That way you can save time and or stress in a situation. Because again, I think the way I was moving, had that been a new person, they would have been looking at me like, why is it taking this guy so long to find the correct lighting, the correct flash power? Does he really know what he's doing? Are my pictures going to turn out like he said they were? And you don't want to have, it's already bad enough that you lack confidence. You don't want your subject to lack confidence in you as well. So just keep that in mind. The next thing in a lot of my photos is facing my subject in a different direction. As I went back to edit these photos, I realized that he was facing the same direction in multiple videos, and I mean in multiple photos. And as I went back and looked at all the lineups, I'm like, yeah, I sucked at that part, you know. Reason being is because the way I shot it, the sun was on the opposite side. And I knew, had I changed directions, I would have had to change possible shutter speed. I would have had to change the lighting and just go through it all. And being a photographer, yes, you're gonna have to adjust and adapt to different lighting conditions, and you're gonna have to learn and know your camera in order to make those adjustments on the fly, quickly and effectively. And I didn't want to go through all that because, again, I was already nervous. I lacked the confidence to be able to move that fast and that quickly when things were to change around. So what I did, my error, I hold myself accountable, is I kept him on the same side. And being that I was only able to work from that side in most of those photos, he was looking in the same direction, looking up and over my shoulder the same direction. I'm just like, these are very repetitive, right? But again, this is my first time. I'm recognizing my errors and that I need to do better, and how I'm going to do better moving forward. Next is this one. I didn't feel like I did a bad job, but continuing to learn poses for both male and female. I feel like I'm better with posing women than I am men. But he will give me the opportunity to practice and to get better. And, excuse me, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So please keep that in mind, that you never want to stop learning different poses. Everything counts and everything matters. Every detail, every piece of article of clothing could potentially be used as a prop in the photo shoot. So your posing it can be limited in some cases, but you have a large variety of posing by using the article of clothing or using the environment around you. The next one, to go back, is just being more relaxed. I was tense. In that video, with it being a little over 80 degrees, I was already hot, but when you're hot and you're stressed and or nervous, your pores are open, you're sweating. I was sweating more than usual because I was nervous. I wanted to make sure things were perfect. I had a lot of things going through my mind and it was just overwhelming. And I was not relaxed at all during that entire shoot. There were a few things that I missed. I didn't use certain techniques that I knew to use. I didn't think about them until after the shoot was over. I didn't think about other things until later on that night when I was finally able to relax and lay down and just think about how the shoot went. Because my mind was just, oh my gosh, I was so focused on, I just have to get through this. And I skipped a lot of steps and I missed a lot of things, which is totally normal when it's your first time experiencing something. But that is another thing that I need to get better at. Relaxing, going into it, knowing the flow of things, knowing that I'm in control of the flow, and just taking it one step at a time. It's better to take it one step at a time and move at a steady pace rather than trying to rush everything, because at that moment you become frantic and you are bound to miss a few things that could potentially harm the result of your image. And I don't think, well, actually there were some images that were blurry and I didn't notice that until post-edit. So I need to get better with that. But yes, me relaxing myself is going to be a big part of my success with doing outdoor flash photography. The next thing is investing in a more powerful flash. I think I mentioned this through text in the video that I did behind the scenes. Because of the harsh conditions, I was shooting with the Godox AD200 Pro. There are multiple versions of that one. It goes, I think there's a 300, a 400, a 6, and I think an 8. And the 200 is good. I've seen a lot of people use the 300. It's just more powerful wattage. The higher the number, the more powerful the wattage is. And like I said, mine is a 200, so it would force me to use a more powerful setting in harsher sun conditions. If you plan on shooting in midday when it's, you know, completely sunny like it was for me, either shooting at a higher power in the 200 with the 200 version, or having or investing in a more powerful flash is suitable. But my flash did get the job done. It's just that, again, it took me too long to realize, oh, I need to shoot in a more powerful flash power in order to illuminate my subject. So take that into consideration as well. The next thing, learning my camera just a tad bit more. I know my camera, but there are more things that I could learn about my camera. And again, with lacking confidence during this shoot, and like I just recently mentioned, I realized after the fact and post-edit that some of the shots, his face was not fully focused. There was some blur when I actually got to zoom in, and it was because the focus was either like his chest or something like that, and it wasn't primarily on his face, which is my fault. I take accountability. But there's I think it's the flex something, but you can actually manually move this square box onto the area that you choose to focus. And it's very easy to navigate, but again, with my mind being we just got to get through this, we just got to get through this, I wasn't thinking of that feature on my camera. I didn't think about that until after the shoot was done. And I'm like, man, I could have used the flex spot or something, whatever. For those photographers, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You could control it within the camera to where it could, you know, focus on. I could have used that. I could have, you know, found where I wanted to have, you know, the composition of the shot, and then moved the focus square thing to where it needed to be, and then did what I had to do, and I wouldn't have to worry about having some images that I can't use because his face was not in focus. So that's something that I need to be more confident in. Again, that ties into taking my time, going step by step, and knowing what I'm doing, having the confidence behind what I do, and then having picture perfect images rather than hoping that they turn out that way when I go back to view them and post-edit. The next thing, this is important just in general, and that is making sure that your subject is in the light of your modifier. I did make the mistake, I think it was on only one shot, where I realized the modifier was, you know, kind of slightly going above his head. And I think it was in the beginning, and I had to adjust it and like pull it down more towards, you know, him rather than going over his head. So again, I'm accountable. That is my error. These are small things, but very important things that you need to be mindful of to make sure that you have a smooth and efficient photo shoot with your subject. Again, you want to allow your clients, your subjects, to have all of the confidence in the world in you when it comes to their images. They are paying you for a service. They are paying you for what they have seen you do before in the past. And you want to stay on top of these things. So practice, 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 practice. Practice makes perfect. It definitely decreases your chance of having errors in your shoot. And when it comes to editing, you want everything during the session to go as well as possible. That way you have less work that you have to do when it comes to post-edit. The last thing, as far as a tip that I want to provide, is to continue to learn more about flash photography and the techniques to make everything go as smoothly as possible for you. And I'm speaking to you, and I'm definitely speaking to myself. Again, overall, I am not happy with how that shoot turned out. Behind the scene wise, I feel like I did a good job when it came to the images. I do feel great in those. It's just the behind the scenes and watching myself and how I moved and listening to how I spoke. I was not pleased with myself at all. And these are things that I need to improve on to make better content, not only for you guys, but for myself. Because if I don't feel good with myself, I'm gonna feel kind of wishy-washy when I put it out there, but it needs to be out there so people can see that everything that you do in the beginning, it's not gonna be perfect. And a lot of people fear that, oh my gosh, this came out terrible, I'm not gonna post it. Please post it, because everyone who's up and coming, they need to see and know that it's not supposed to be perfect when you're first starting out. They need to know that. You have so many people out here who put out nearly perfect, if not perfect content, and in a way, it can be discouraging to someone who's new because they're going to feel as if they're not good enough to upload their content. And they also need to know that it is very well important to put their content out there, even if they don't think that it's good. It's allowing new people to know that it's okay to post content that is not picture perfect. And I hope that that video, again, is encouraging and motivating to people, and me capitalizing off of that video with this video, letting you know that I'm aware of the mistakes that I've made. I'm critiquing myself, and I plan on doing better. And with this video, I'm helping you guys to realize that it's okay to make mistakes. They're going to happen. All the photographers that you watch and that you've probably seen and looked at their work, guess what? They had a starting point too. All of the beginning pictures and photos and things and techniques, they weren't as good as they are now because they had to have consistency, they had to build that confidence, and they had to practice and continue to learn on how to improve their posing techniques and just overall with their cameras and things like that, so on and so forth. Everything that applies to photography, whether it's indoor or outdoor. It's just constant practice, constantly wanting to learn how to improve, how to become better, because those things are what's going to draw in more clients to your business. Like, oh my gosh, he has or she has so many images of landscapes and portraits and things like that, a large variety. Yeah, you're going to put yourself out there and you're going to draw people to you. And that's what you want, if that's what you're going for. So also keep that in mind, that you never want to stop learning about flash photography and how to improve on certain techniques. So as we come to an end for this video, here are a few images edited from that particular photo shoot. Let me know what you think of these shots. I will leave the link of that video in this video as well, and I will leave a link down in the description to my Instagram page so you can see more of my work. Again, I hope this video was informative. It gave you some tips that you did not know or to step up on. Yeah, man, mistakes are bound to happen, and what you need to do is embrace your mistakes. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. I appreciate you for watching. There will definitely be more content behind the scenes shoots in the future. Yeah, man, I hope you guys were able to learn something. So with that, always, always, always be grateful and embrace the day. And until next time, peace.